Hello everybody and welcome to Cooper Studios. Thank you for watching. Today I'd like to share with you some of the behind the scenes techniques I use to make this, the Lego Yule Log that I released on my channel not too long ago. This is the setup I had. I had my camera here on a tripod and the little set up here and completely taped to the table. That's something to everybody should definitely do. You know, you have to tape down your sets to make sure that it doesn't move, because the animation actually only lasts a couple of frames, but you know, if those frames were to move, if anything were to move, it'd be quite disastrous. It would mess up the entire effect. So that's why I'd like to show you. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, how did I make the log flicker effect in this set? I mean, basically we have the log grate, and it's taped down there with some clay. There's some clay underneath the grate that keeps it from moving around underneath. So basically everything in this set stays put. The Santa is taped down to the ground. That's puttied down to the floor, and all of this stuff is taped down. So while animating this, there's two different things that are going on. There's moving the elements in here, the orange elements, replacing them with different pieces to make it animate. Now, the best effect is the one I created with LED lights. Back here, you can see in the back of this model, there's an open. The top is open so that I can access the little flame pieces, and I would just turn them slightly just to give them a little bit of a flicker effect. But right here, attached to these wires, are two little LED lights. And on top of the LED lights, I've placed some of these. Some of them are red and orange and yellow. And this is all attached to a model train HO scale train transformer. This is to the accessories pack. I've had this thing for years. I used to have a model train layout. It was great. And now it's helping me animate. So what I do, let me plug this in here and I'll show you. So I've plugged in the train transformer. When I turn it on right here, ta-da, you see the little LED lights, and it really makes a fantastic effect. And you're actually animating with light. What I've done is I've created this whole effect so that not just the Lego are moving and animating. You're also getting a flickering light effect. And the way I did that was I would take, you can see one of them on there. In this light over here, there's a cone-shaped translucent Lego element on top. This one is completely covered. It doesn't have a cover. It just has white light going on it. So what I would do is I'd take some tweezers, because it's extremely hard to get at. Let's see, off camera. Got the tweezers right here. And what I would do is I go down really carefully without moving anything. I mean, I'm not animating now, so it's okay. But I would go like this. And something like that, put the cone on top of the Lego element. And just with maybe like a screwdriver, there we go. And so now this is what I would do. I would put an orange one here, a red one here, and then the next frame I'd switch them. Maybe put a yellow one here and the red one over here, and keep flipping. And then in the front, you can see it really gives it a totally different element to it. The entire set looks more like a fireplace, with the glow coming out from underneath. You can see the shadows, and there's even reflections coming onto the floor, onto the little stockings and everything. And it looks pretty good. I mean, look, turn it off, it just looks like a normal Lego set. Turn it on, and it gives it a completely different, aesthetic. And that was really the key to animating with this section. So these are the different types of Lego elements that I use to animate on top of the log. So first we'd start with the little one, and then in the next frame I'd move to the slightly larger one, and in the last frame, or the third frame, I'd move to the cone. These are all the different types of cones that I put over the lights in the back, the little lights, to give them the different flicker effect. You have yellow. Yellow didn't work out too much. It's much too clear. But this type of orange, this type of red, and that type of orange, interchanging them in the back, really worked well. And then I take this technique, and once I reach the cone part, I would go backwards, you know, so instead of the cone, you put the small one and this one. And it goes up and down in the animation. And that's really how I did it. The entire animation was used creating, with those three elements, looks like crackling embers or coals, and then the fire pieces would move in the background. Alright everybody, so thank you for watching. I hope that gives you a little insight into the behind the scenes of this Kuber Studios animation. Please like and share the video and follow me on all the social networks, including YouTube here. Please subscribe if you already haven't. Thanks everybody. See you later.
Kuber Studios.